How's it going, guys? Winter Kills here, and welcome to a brand new Locals feature match. Hope you guys had a good Christmas if you celebrated, and happy holidays to everybody else. And the Speedroid Kashtira deck should already be up on the channel by the time this goes up. And I'm very excited because I'm actually going to film it right after I do this commentary. So yeah, because I've been seeing a lot of comments, people really want to see it, and it's currently Christmas Day for me, but I've got a little free time, and I figured why the hell not just bang out the profile really quickly. But first things first, we've got ourselves a little matchup here. We've got Centurion versus, I don't even know what exactly. My man Johnny on the right here is always on some spice. Occasionally he does like his fair share of the meta techniques, but every now and then he does like to play some weird stuff. For example, the other day I played him in an online tournament and he was playing Horus Gate Guardian. Yeah, it was an interesting match to say the least. Now, I think this is also the first Centurion matchup on the channel. And I've got all the Centurion cards pulled up on DB right now because I literally have no idea what any of them do. But I do know that this deck likes to turn skip with the help of a extra deck monster that happens to have the name Calamity in it, which I think is hilarious, considering the coincidence, you know, with True King of all calamities. If a monster has the word Calamity in its name, it's probably not good. And yeah, that is the big Legacia level 12 synchro. The card's actually insane. I did see this deck play in a few like IRL tournaments a couple times, like with the Horus engine. I've seen it played without. Really cool deck on paper, but seems to be kind of struggling in the meta, which I guess, you know, for a deck that's main sticking point is pulling off a turn skip that can miss timing, not succeeding is not super surprising. So we're gonna see our Horus Diabellstar deck with a Volcanic Shell get pitched there for Imseti, trying to grab the King's Sarcophagus. And once per turn, you can pay 500 life points out of Volcanic Shell from your deck to your hand. This card must be in the graveyard to activate and resolve this effect. Yeah, so they're just going to go ahead and pay 5 to search out another copy of Volcanic Shell. They do already have the King's Sarcophagus, and they're going to bring these guys up from the, because I believe they get treated as continuous traps. Yes, face-up continuous traps. And they're going to do the quick synchro here, Synchro 12 into Crimson Dragon. And Crimson Dragon is going to target a level 7 higher synchro monster on the field, either side of the field. Also, I just learned that today. Crimson Dragon can target stuff on either field, which is interesting. Keep that in mind if you are playing a synchro deck. Just a little heads up. And on resolution, they're going to want to use Crimson Dragon because they're going to go into the Hot Red Dragon Archfiend King Calamity, which is a when effect. When this card is synchro summoned, you can activate this effect for the rest of this turn. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects on the field. Importantly note, on the field. And your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to this effect's activation. Everybody loves that sentence right there, that last sentence I just read. Anytime a card says that, it's always good news. But it says cards on the field. So Imseti can still bring itself out, which is good. And the opponent did also summon, you know, more than 2 times from the extra deck, I should say. So Typhon's on the table. That's something that I always personally forget when playing Yu-Gi-Oh right now, probably because it's not embedded into my head just yet. But you know, yeah, and I think they tried to use the sarcophagus there, but it's not like effects you use are negated this turn, so you just can't activate them on the field, so that would include Sarcophagus. And they're just going to use another Volcanic Shell engrave, pay 500, go ahead and search here. I thought that was the one that like sent to burn the opponent, but that's Scattershot. I guess it's a level 1 fire that can be grabbed off Diabellstar. I don't know the goal of our player on the right here. I don't know the goal of their deck, but they're going to go for Typhon. And that's somewhat of a roadblock, I guess. I mean, Calamity's got 4,000 attack, and Legacia, I believe, is sitting at a whopping 3,500, but they also have Stand-Up Centurion on the field, which is the field spell, which I thought gave them a boost, but it does not. It just says cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects while you control a Centurion monster. That was one thing that struck me about this deck, reading over some of the cards for the first time, is a lot of the inherent built-in protection from destruction via card effect. And I think that was important in a particular tournament I was playing, because I was siding Lightning Storms, and last minute I decided to change the deck list right before the tournament. You know, scribble out Lightning Storm, pencil in Cosmic Cyclone, just because I thought I might face against this deck, and I would be more glad to have a card like Cosmic in the side. Never ended up playing against Centurion, so it didn't matter, but you know, it could have. And they're going to go ahead and search out the Centurion Phalanx. Two trap cards for the deck. You have True Awakening and Phalanx. And they're going to go battle phase. They're going to force out the Link Karibo. And Calamity is going to swing over the Typhon. Typhon's still floodgating the opponent here, so they got to clear that before they really do anything else. And they'll swing in with, looks like, Primera and Legacia. And they're going to use, I think that's a new Volcanic trap card, I want to say. I couldn't tell you which one. That was maybe Volcanic Emission. But either way, it's going to get ashed, and that's going to be good enough for our opponent to go ahead and scoop here. Also, reminder, check out Imperium Duelist, discount code in the description. And also, if you guys are buying anything on TCG Player, as always, feel free to use my TCG Player affiliate link down in the description of all my videos. This is one of the easiest ways to support the channel. Anytime you guys find yourself picking up cards, whether it be for you, a friend, whatever it may be, easy way to support the channel. Just before you do your shopping, come to the description of any video, find that link, click it, do your shopping, check out like normal, and a small bit of the revenue from your purchase goes right back in the channel, helps out a ton. So getting back into it here, we're going to see the, I don't know, the Diabellstar Horus deck. Start here with Diabellstar. Diabellstar is going to attempt to set the original Simple Spoils, or at least what I would assume to be. That's going to get impermed, and they're just going to find their way into an SP Little Knight with one set. Not the most extravagant opening here, and we'll see if it's going to be enough to keep off the Centurion onslaught. And I don't know how much of a threat Little Knight will pose, but they're going to go ahead and summon Trudea. During the main phase, you can place this card you control and one Centurion monster from your hand or deck, except Centurion Trudea, and your spell and trap zone is face-up continuous trap. And they're going to chain Little Knight to that, and that will literally just be it for Centurion. And they'll pass. SP will beat over the Trudea, and they're going to pass turn there. Both players not really doing too much right now. It's kind of a little bit of a top deck war. Speaking of top deck war, Pot of Desires is a pretty damn good one. They're going to go ahead and now at 3, newly unlimited. Not in this particular matchup because this took place before the ban list, but neither of these decks are really affected in the slightest by the ban list, so it really doesn't make any difference. But you know, cool to see that Desires is finally free. They're going to go ahead and find themselves into another copy of Trudea here. Only sitting at 1,000 attack. Just kind of a easy sitting duck there, and using its effect against that SP Little Knight, as we saw last turn, didn't work out so well. So they're just going to go ahead and leave it on the board. So they might have an Emeth in hand, which I believe is kind of like a hand trap. And they're going to normal summon that Volcanic Shell. And it looks like they're going to go ahead and actually use Emeth 6. Target Centurion monster you control except itself. Place it in spell trap zone. And if you do special on this card, so they'll go ahead and slap down. If it's got 3k defense, Link Karibo will send off Volcanic Shell, the secret effect, in quotes, of Link Karibo. They're going to pay 500 here to go ahead and search out another copy of Volcanic Shell. I mean, I guess it's good, right? It's a simple spoils target to summon. It's another card that searches out another card, which gives you discard fodder for all your Horus stuff. Like, I'm starting to put the pieces together here of what the synergy is behind playing the Volcanic stuff. But then is it just like is it just Horus control? You know, keeping that hand advantage up by playing the Volcanic engine with Sinful Spoils. I mean, I could see it. Battle phase Trudea over the Link Karibo. I assume they use the Link Karibo there. And then Emeth over the SP Little Knight, finally getting that out of rotation. And Called by the Grave here, getting fired off on a Trudea in Grave. All three Trudeas in rotation there, so just stopping one of the effects there with that clutch one of Called by, activating a copy of Centurion Stand Up, or Stand Up Centurion, which kind of reminds me of Therion Stand Up. And they're going to go ahead and use it during your, let's see the field spell effect here. You can send one card from your hand to the graveyard, place a Centurion monster from your deck in your spell and trap zone as a continuous trap. So discarding Harpy's Feather Duster for that. Which, I mean, I don't think they'll need it at this point. Yeah, I don't think they'll need it at this point. I mean, maybe if the opponent establishes King Sarcophagus, they might be a little, feel a little bad about that. But they're going to go ahead and synchro here into Legatia, which I believe if Legatia is special summoned, you just get to draw a card. Yeah, if this card is special summoned. Yeah, not if it's synchro summoned. If it's special summoned, period, you get to go ahead and draw. And they're going to put Trudea back in the continuous, well, as a continuous trap in the spell trap zone. Normal summoning Volcanic Shell. Using Link Karibo in graveyard to put it back into the graveyard. Triggering Volcanic Shell here again to pay 500. Searching out yet another copy. I wonder if they play any other Volcanic cards. I have no idea. And they're going to use Trudea here. Or not Trudea, that is the Primera. While this card is a continuous trap, level 5 or higher, Centurion monsters you control cannot be destroyed by card effects. There's that restriction again. Well, protection. Very, very strong card. Is it the field spell that lets them quick synchro? If a monster is special summoned, you can immediately after the effect resolves. Synchro summon one synchro monster using monsters you control as material. Yep, and no surprise, it's going to get him into Crimson Dragon here, which is not, yeah, I don't think they actually tag into the Hot Red. They actually tag into Cosmic Blazar Dragon, which is a bit of a throwback. I haven't seen Cosmic Blazar Dragon in a long time. I used to play it in Speedroid. It is an absolute unit of a card, 4,000, 4,000 attack. Yeah, it says it's got 3 different effects here. Quick effect, you can banish this card until the end phase to activate one of these effects. When your opponent activates a card or effect, negate the activation if you destroy that card. When your opponent would special summon or would summon a monster, negate the summon if you destroy that monster or monsters. When opponent's monster declares an attack, negate the attack, then end the battle phase. I think, I'm not really sure what effect they use there, as they did end up banishing the Cosmic Blazer. Talents draw 2 doesn't find them anything there, and they're just going to go ahead and admit defeat. That Droll and Lockbird didn't help either, I assume. So, yeah, last but not least, a big shout out goes to our current Divine level channel members who are Pony Start, Cadillacs Green, Misfit, and HCH Cyber. A big thank you to all of you guys for being such a tremendous support to this channel throughout the entire year. It means a lot, and again, thank you guys so much.